All right, I'm here with the founding directors of the Roosevelt Island Business Alliance. The acronym is TRIBA. It's David Kramer of the Hudson Related Group, Skip Hartman of the Roosevelt Island Rocket Club, and Frank Turtle Raffaele of the Sanctuary Event Space. So Skip, can you tell us about the Roosevelt Island Business Alliance, please?
Sure, thanks for inviting us to talk. The concept is pretty simple. There are a lot of businesses, a lot of people on the island who have invested very substantial sums of money in their projects on the island, all of the housing, many of the different businesses, the institutions, and there's no organization, there's never been an organization where those people could get together and A, get to know each other, and B, focus their efforts on the common needs of the island. And these businesses are all here, or many of them are here for the long term. They're here for 50 or more years and have a major stake in the long-term development and health of the island. And so we found there was a lot of interest in forming this group to give those businesses a collective voice.
Okay. So David, what kind of issues do you think the group's going to address?
We've already talked about a few issues. Extending the ground lease for Roosevelt Island is something that affects every property owned on Roosevelt Island, and there's a perfect group to tackle an issue that crosses many boundaries. So I'm not working in a vacuum, and the owners of Manhattan Park aren't working in a vacuum, and the homeowners who are looking for 30-year mortgages are not working in a vacuum. Whether it is helping to provide input to REAC that impacts a lot of us, whether it is thinking about transportation issues that affect all of us. The idea is that there's strength in unity, and there are so many issues that that a lot of us all buy into and want to see improved. And we just had a 2-hour meeting, and it was nonstop talk and brainstorming, and whether it was thinking about how we do a better job of marketing ourselves, marketing the island, how can our residents know about what's going on in the hotel, how do the hotel guests know about what's going on in the restaurants of the island. There's a lot of low-hanging fruit that this group can tackle.
I would just add that the meeting we just had wouldn't have happened but for the fact that we had 2 prior meetings, each also for several hours, with a lot of people coming to them and expressing a desire to form this group. So, I mean, there's a strong interest in having having the group. This isn't the first meeting; it's really the 3rd major meeting, and it's the meeting where we legally constituted the group. We have a budget now. We have dues. We have commitments from quite a few organizations, and there's a lot we hope we can do to be helpful.
Yeah, Frank, what kind of goals do you see for the group?
Well, I think Roosevelt Island, like the rest of New York City, is going through an evolution. I think having a seat at the table as business owners, Roosevelt Island is known for the pride that the residents have of the community. The businesses, not only did we invest a lot of time, money, and hours here, we also really love this place and we love to be part of it. Obviously, there are issues, maybe too negative a word, but there are matters that we need to address, whether it's wayfaring signs from a business standpoint. Transportation is a very large, important point that impacts everyone, especially businesses at some level. And just seeing how we could be better neighbors for the residents.
Yeah.
End of the day, we all want to be strong community members, and having this group try to have a collective voice after really serious brainstorming sessions, try to get consensus where we can, and find a way that our voice could be impactful to help to shape some of the evolution.
Yeah. And are there ways for residents who are not necessarily business owners or property owners to help address certain issues that are a concern for everybody?
Yes, we're going to have working committees focused on very specific certain issues, and those committees will be looking for people with time and knowledge and skills to help us move the recommendations we come up with forward.
Okay, great. Well, good luck with the organization.
Thank you, Rick.